it is what it is. It's going to be a good day today. Eagle staff's here, flags are here, I'm here. Hey. Lots of celebration and of course honoring here today. That would be part of that. And here's our schedule, right on. Iron swings on their way for opening ceremonies. It's always good for that. Sweats all weekend here with Howard as well. Those of you who want to sweat this week, just let Howard know. I know there's a bunch of sweat hobos from Montreal Lake here. Sweat gurus, eh? But anyways, that's what it is, yeah, and you're one of them. RCMP here, if you got warrants, they wanted me to let you know that you will not be arrested over the week during the duration of Molanosa camp. So, good luck. Yeah, that's what that is. Oh yes. Once we get everything organized and all the dignitaries, if you guys can come up and register with Delia or someone, we need someone to prepare for a list. So that means we're gonna need a writing pad and pen. I got chicken scratch writing, so that means I'm a doctor. Doctor of nothing really. So yeah, we're gonna need a dignitary list and whatnot. But yeah, if you're out and about and you're here, once we get organized here for the registration part, that really helps out. Yeah, we got 45 minutes to prepare, so it does give us a little bit of time. Musketeegum's trying to eat you. Just flies into her face. Musketeegum was trying to eat Delia 5 seconds ago. The Musketeegum lost. Gotta love the bite, as they say. So yeah, the RCMP is gonna forgive you this week. Yeah, your warrants are void up until Friday, so just to let you know. You're warrant-free here in the camp. Chief is negotiating with RCMP right now. Don't take our people yet. Let them have a little free time at least, yeah? Don't arrest them, Yeah, she's talking to the redcoats right now. All right, for daily draws here, you get 1 ticket per adult. And also 50/50s. Come and fill out your name here with the daily draws with Judy here. I know Judy's going to be quite busy this week, as she usually is. One of our biggest helpers in Montreal Lake, always. Yeah. As soon as food's ready, they'll let me know because I'm hungry. I'm on a diet, but still. I see Martha there. Hey, Martha. Is Gilly around? Tell Gilly to come see me. I need to talk to him. He's going to be my smudge man here today. I'll utilize him in that way. We got a wonderful day planned for us. And like I said earlier, campers, if you're not up, boy, if I have to come from tent to tent to wake you up myself, That's not going to be good for you. Holy smokes. All right, yeah, Verna can use that. I'll just hire Verna. Hey. All right, listen up. Men's double horseshoe tournament Tuesday, August 6th at 10 a.m. Free entry. First place is $500. Second is $300, and third is $200. Ladies double canoe challenge Tuesday, August 6th, 2 p.m. Free entry. First place is $1,000. Second place $750. Third $500. Fourth $250. So make sure you get your partners ready for that. They're women. Men's doubles. What else is there? Youth talent show here at 4 o'clock. First place is $300, $200, $150. First 12 contestants, boy or girl under the age of 16, one song. So it's the best song that you have right off the bat. There won't be a second song. Cool co-ed relay race starts at 4 o'clock. $1,600 and $400 places, free entry. And of course, our co-ed double horseshoe tournament. This was yesterday, Monday, August 5th, 10 a.m. First place was $500, second $300, $200.
Like my mom.
That was yesterday.
You do walk like you're on a mission everywhere.
I wasn't here yesterday. Is it Monday today? Oh, it is Monday. What day lost. There's a guy here, looks really mad, wants to talk to you about the fish he caught the other day.
So I can do
He said it was 2 pounds lighter than what he expected, so he wants to talk to you about our fish. Yeah. All right, Wednesday, August 7th, 10 a.m. for our ladies double horseshoe tournament. Free entry. First place is $500, second $300, third $200. Ladies double canoe sprints. Wednesday, August 7th. First place is $500, second place is $300, third place is $200. Just a reminder, everybody, all these events, they are free entry, except poker. You got to put money in for poker, otherwise it would be just playing with matchsticks and cigarettes, like the old days. Oh yes. Wednesday, August 7th, men's canoe doubles sprint, $500, $300, $200. Co-ed doubles seniors canoe sprints, $500, $300, $200. And that's for Wednesday, August 7th at 1 o'clock. The Zach Ballantyne Memorial Jigging Competition, youth category boys and girls, under 16, under 14, under 12, under 10, for Wednesday, August 7th at 5 p.m. $60, $40, $20 are the prizes. The Zach Ballantyne Memorial Jigging Contest, Ladies Jigging Contest, Amateur Division, Pro Division, Wednesday, August 7th, 5 p.m., $250, $150, and $100. And of course, the Amateur Division, Men's Division, and the Pro Divisions, $250, $150, and $100. Yes. Alexander, you're wanted at the Horseshoe Pit right now. Alexandria. The Senior Co-Ed Jigging Contest Amateur Division and the Pro Division will be Wednesday at 5 o'clock, $250, $150, and $100. And of course, for Wednesday, August 7th, 6 p.m., $20 buy-ins, 2 hours, $10 rebuys, $20 add-ons. Top prize will be $2,000 for Wednesday at 6 p.m. Talent show, ladies category. Thursday, August 8th, 6 p.m., $500, $300, and $200. And the talent show for the men's category, Thursday, August 8th, 6 p.m., $500, $300, and $200. And here's the big one, guys. the Fish Derby, Thursday, August 8th, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Free entry, boundaries, Franks Point to Rock Island, prizes for biggest fish. Any species, as they say. And this is from first place to 10th place, so listen up everybody. 1,000 is first place, 700, 500, 400, 300, 200, 200, 200, 100, and 100 for 10th place. Doc Alex, Curtis Alley to the Horseshoe Pit, and George and Carol and Delia and Leonard. Bryson Shalen, Flair and Kara to the Horseshoe Pit. I just announced that. Top up prize of $2,000. Sorry, not top prize. Dean had to correct me on that. I would have had to fork over my check. Fireworks Thursday, August 8th at 10 p.m. Just to close things off in a good way. Oh, yes. All right, here are the Team Fun events. Thursday, August 8th, 1 o'clock. First place is 500, second place is 300, third place is 200. And you must register at the main tent on site. Just come see Judy here. She would be more than happy to enter your teams for that part. I see Jeff Badger's here, bought the urban members. Oh yes, yeah. Yeah, he's bought himself. That's it, brother. I know it's gonna be an awesome afternoon, and this weather is perfect. It's not even hot, it's nice, yeah. Okay, enough about me. What about you guys? Good morning, young people. I see you guys all came out of your tents. Oh, yeah. As soon as I announced, if you're not up, I'll go wake you up. Then husband there, all awake, walking to the river, to the lake, to go and wash up. Yeah. All right. We have royalty here. Yeah. Mr. Scott Moe's here. Good job. Welcome to Molanosa. Going to be part of our grand entry here today, our opening ceremonies as well. That's good. Saskatchewan rep for our. Oh, we're going to get started? Holy Chief. 1 o'clock? Yeah.
North Sask, Victim Services, along with the RCMP. So thank you guys for your attendance once again. Welcome to Molanosa. In the back black trailer, that's our first aid station. They will treat people if they're injured, and we may have to transport people. Hopefully nobody gets hurt and nobody gets injured. This is Reverend Erwin Haney. Welcome to Molanosa. Erwin, welcome to your home territory. Last commitment. Thank you for being here.
Everybody. See you later. Go back to the tent there. Okay.
All right. Once we get our dignitaries back from the Howard Johnson camp, they went and checked out the treaty signing spot just to give them an idea where all our treaties were signed for Treaty 6 adhesion here up in Montreal Lake for a northern district. And it was good that they took them up because our MLAs are here from Saskatchewan. Scott Moe and his party, and then of course we have Doyle and his party that are here. And of course, respectfully, our Premier, Scott Moe. Yeah. And that's, it's important for them to come on out here to see where that's the location where we had signed the treaties of adhesion. Gives them an idea of the importance of our treaties and what they mean to us and the value that hold behind those treaties as First Nations people, and the document that's there that binds us and the First Nations and the non-First Nations people. These treaties not only benefit the First Nations, but as well as the non-First Nations of Canada. And education in regards to our treaties is so important for everyone to see where we hold our country together, but as well as support for each other to run this country, and of course the friendships that we must develop, so that way we can continue working towards our better future for our children and our grandchildren. And that's essential to all of the children here. But Bobby Cameron's here. Yeah, hello brother, good to see you. Ah yes, Jeffy. Jeffy. Oh, here I'm knocking over my grandchildren. Get out of the way. Hi. I knocked over our granddaughter. She wasn't listening, so I had to kick her. Così come, she put your shoe on.
Look at that, the bit short.
Yeah, now she's mad at me. But yes, we're going into more detail about that later. And of course, through the FSIN, who takes care of our treaties, oversees our treaties, is Mr. Bobby Cameron, our FSIN chief. All right, we'll get all the dignitaries. Come on this way to the back of the tent. You'll see me here. Let's get started with grand entry. Opening ceremonies. Hey, check one. Go, iron swing. Let's bring them in. Welcome to our Molanosa celebration here for 2024, here in the Montreal Cree Nation, 36 territory. And it's time to celebrate our First Nation community here at the Molanosa Cree area. Today's events, today's celebration, is just right in its own right. Making our people, our First Nation people, and our visitors from all four corners. It is a great pleasure. Bring in our Eagle staff, our flags, our dignitaries. To introduce them in the most proper way. But also to recognize the importance of the work that we all do across this island. To recognize the jobs that we have to do in our population. All the dignitaries. At times like this, where we get to recognize who we are, where we come from, and that we are still here, and that we still live within the lands of these three nations that we have. So with that being said, we're going to ask Iron Swing to give us that flag song. Let us all rise. Our First Nations people did not have to go to war, but yet they did. They have gone fought overseas, fight for something that they believed in. Part of that, defend our country. Before you represent our First Nation that was gifted by them as a signature of the First Nation people, slave of the evil South. Not only that there were hardships in the past, but there are hardships today too that we recognize within our young people that they worry for. These veterans not only fight and fought in the past, but they know what today for our young ones to be well. It is within their prayers for us that they see this. So they honor that flag. They honor our legal staff. And recognize, even though today that their job is still not done, that it's still equally important in today's society. So they now pray for us. And that the words of wisdom is very far and wide. It is that honor system that has been developed through their training, their love, and humility. We are where they are today. That the treaties that they stand on guard for, very alive and well. It is great responsibility that we must never forget. And that the workers behind it, our leadership, must uphold that treaty standards between the Cree and the First Nations of Canada. By standing side by side, to reminding the Queen, the government of Saskatchewan, their MLAs, and the people of the First Nation that there is a bond that they must honor with each other. Not only that it will help this one, but it will help all nations right across the world. At this time, we're going to have invocation. We ask Elder Veteran Mr. Stephen Ross.
In my own language, I'll give thanks to the Creator for another beautiful day. Even if it rains, it's still a beautiful day that is loaned to us. It's not our day, it belongs to the Creator. And I also want to thank Him for this beautiful place. Beautiful, beautiful place. When I see those big poplar trees, I'm reminded of how everything is alive. It's a beautiful, if you look at them, they're beautiful trees. Everything's alive out there. Kakadagigoy. Yeah. I also want to thank the elders that said their prayers this morning. I want to thank Masqua for that prayer before we ate. But I also want to thank the Creator for bringing us here safely, every one of us. Some of our people have come a long ways. We've come a long ways. They're here safely, and that's thanks to the Creator. We are here today to try and change the lives of our young people, our youth. but also on elders as well, just so they know that as an elder, as an adult, it's your duty to try and help the young kids, the youth. And the elders know that. They realize that they have to try and help their community as much as possible. And you're always standing nearby. I exhibit the Bible, you're not asking.
And at this time, let us all rise for the victory song to celebrate our very existence here on Turtle Island. That we have fought, that we have survived, and that we are still here. So let us all dance in victory, for we as a people have overcome so many obstacles in life, yet we still continue to fight. Oh, hey! Acha! Let's give it a round of applause for our opening ceremony grand entry. Hey. All right, as we call them in, Eagle Staff Carrier Bryce Snake Cowhall. Just give the flakes to Bert, yeah. And then stand right beside him, yeah. Right there, right beside him, yeah. Flag Carrier for the Montreal Cree Nation, Nicholas Bird. Hey. Treaty 6 Flag Adhesion, Vice Chief Chris Job, PAGC. Our veterans, Stephen Ross, Montreal Cree Nation veteran, Erwin Henney, Laurent's veteran, Bella Henney, Laurent's Association veteran, Dale Baldhead, One Arrow, veteran. Oh yeah, Dale's all over things. Daryl Painted Nose, One Arrow. Tracy DeJarley, Piebot Veteran Association. And of course, Gilbert Halkett, son of late Isaiah Halkett, veteran. And our senator from the Montreal Cree Nation. This man's got many names. He's got a good lots of names. So one of them should have been Valentine is also. But Marcianne Henderson, we'll leave it at that. Eh? Yeah. Nolan. Yeah. That's a good man. All right.
April 23rd, 24th.
Chief of Montreal Cree Nation, Joyce McLeod. Third, Valentine. She says thank you. Of course, none other than the Celebratory Chief, Tammy Cook-Stearson. Yeah, oh yes. All right, emphasize Grand Chief Bobby Cameron. Emphasize Vice Chief Dutch Lara. Emphasize Chief David Pratt. The Montreal Lake Cree Nation Vice Chief, of course, goes out of there. Dean Henderson. MLCN Council, Carol A. Tauhau, Troy A. Tauhau. Our Little Red River Reserve Council, Montreal Lake, Alyssa Helkett. Our urban sectors for Montreal Lake Cree Nation Council, Jeff Badger. And of course, Eldon Henderson for Saskatoon District, Montreal Lake Council. All right. Our MLA for the Northern District goes none other than to Doyle Burnett. Come in. Yeah. Our Saskatchewan Premier, the Honorable Scott Moe. Our MLA at the Basque area, Jim Lemaire. Close enough? Yeah. Yeah. And of course, we have a couple of them that walked in that we didn't. All right, the RCMP, Inspector Steve Bergerman, Sergeant Rick Van Herden, Executive Director of Regional Services, Justin Ito, RCMP Community Program Officer, Communication Officer Ryan Toronto. Marketing Enforcement Officer Isaac Chardin. Our Carmen Saisi. Who's the gentleman in the back there? Come on up this way, guy. We'll get you your name. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're ready. And all right, here we go. Our dancers. Donald Bird. And our youth team from the Montreal Nation. Mary Halkett. Our head cook, Martha McNabb. Mary Halkett. Martha Thomas. Susan Sanderson. Helen Bird. Sherry Bird. June Skin. Elizabeth Bird and Jerry Bird.
Hey Gerald, I'm going to ask the following people to come on up to the stage here and have a seat. And I get Chief Joyce McLeod, Chief Tammy. Thank you, Bert. Bert, thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks for helping out. And let's give Gerald Ballantyne a round of applause, folks. Kurt is darn good at his opening ceremonies and the grand entry. Thank you, Gerald. Okay, folks, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Roger Bird. I'm one of the members of the Sports and Rec Board that we have in the community of Montreal Lake. I chair that board, and one of the tasks we have is to host the annual Walleye Fish Derby and the annual Molanosa gathering. So that's what we do. We do have members that are out here, and they are working. Everybody has a task, so we are working all over the place. So one of my jobs is to kind of help with the presentations and the ceremonies that we have here. So thank you to the board and to our vice chief that helps joins us at our meetings. I'd like to thank Vice Chief Dean Henderson as well. So it takes a crew to host an event such as this. And it's not possible without the people that I just mentioned. So thank you. Let's give a round of applause to the people that put this together. So thank you very much. So for the list of speakers, we kind of selected the people to speak, and I'm not going to ask them to be short with their speeches. We do have a lot of time. And hello there, Mr. Gary Daniels, all the way from Saskatoon, so our CEO. Anyways, I'd like to first call up our chief of our Montreal Cree Nation. I'd like to call up Chief Joyce McLeod to the podium, please. Chief, you can use that one right there. Got a little bit of feedback on this one, Rudy.
Hello. Hey, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. On behalf of the council here, we welcome all of you. I think this year is going to be, this year is different. It's very exciting, and we also have an NDP sitting here, and a SAS party sitting here, and all kinds of, so it's all about working together, I guess, and also somebody from Mile 11 too. But I want to thank the drum group. There's so many, first of all, so we have to thank the creator for being here, bringing us here to save and sound, the RCMP here, and also the drummers, and Gerald for always entertaining us in his many ways. The sports and recreation who planned this. It's a lot of work. But without you guys coming in here, it's not an easy task to be able to plan something like that. I want to welcome all of the guys. There's some here that have been here that are going to be here for the first time. I want to welcome the Chief Tammy, the FSIN Chief Bobby Cameron, and that's Laura Pratt, and I think this is, everybody's going to be acknowledging everybody. I just want to say I want to acknowledge each and every one of them. The Vice Chief will tell me 2 minutes. The RCMP and everybody. I just want to acknowledge each and every one of you, the cooks. Thank you for the Western meals and also the traditional meals. Each and every one of you. All the council members and all the council members and everybody. And we're going to have a special presentation here this afternoon. I want to welcome everybody from PBCN, La Ronge. And as you can see, there's a real long lineup of dignitaries that were sitting here, and they all have 5 minutes. The big squeeze. I'm gonna sit in, guys. I just want to welcome all of you guys. Let's have fun all week till Friday. This is a lot of work. A lot of work has been put into this celebration. I'm gonna say hi.
Thank you, Chief. Rudy, we're getting quite a bit of feedback here. I'm not sure what it is, but let's fix it. So on behalf of the organizers, Chief would like to present you with a gift. And thank you for your attendance and your words of encouragement and guidance. So Naskamitnan. Hi. Skip Chief Joyce McLeod, round of applause, folks. Naskaman. Next speaker I'd like to call up our neighbors from the north. I'd like to call up Chief Tammy Cook-Searson to the podium, please. Chief.
Good afternoon. Kita tamiskat na kita un totimag kami nawa kumagantik. Quest na nash monomita kapita gosnia nista on behalf of Lac La Ronge Indian Band o Tomaya Molanosa Montreal sa gani kiwit no manigitigatig ay nanas ko mau ito pimitit sig nanas ko mau Chief Joyce McLeod ay piwi summit hota tapi kita pito tianis tay kita pi muchigita ko esta pihacha mostato kaya so chamota gawi tia ganito kami nagakita wa hoto ay kaya so che igi nisot ay mas nahaho mota te pahamatuin asota magiwin kagitigatig treaty adhesion to Treaty 6 February 11 1889 o tagay mas nahigatig o gotay akimusumpan no agay mas nahaho o gumakana kami no the sweet no ditnan Chief James Roberts kagi mas nakanamido te pahamatuin ko gitawa William Charles o gumakana gostay o the sweet no igos pwede gi pipon de go tagay tagot segi sig hatte mo kagi pie patsiha sig modats man naga tigos pigos che kigo magotio igi moschip muti hunano ig man naga ti igos go gi pisin pagoside mo sig igi pihta ko ya sota magi sig o tio che ki choga masku Britain igi pia sota mawat ni dawa kita medasik matsui igi tisig igo motaya te pahamato in treaty manigitigatig 1889 ay mas nahako igo sumagi si pagoside mo chik kita medaya kita no puti at nigan igo chik kus si minowag igi mididita ko igi suwapahta ko nigis kiditin mi sito te pagos kinihiduig so koyas nigan nihidawan widi ko to chugupsiya nihidawag misas nigagadasi mon mina magaya igo sumigis pagoside mo chik igintay dita ko kitsawas misnoa igo may nagita na kus minowag kaya beto to si pamiho chigo mutahaski tan taman na ho chik tamachi chik kita pagita ha chik ay chapagis chik nanatogis tisin taman na ho chik kaya utsawas miswa o chik igo may nigiwa pahta ko iginakachita chik sipia saga hegana o motagati si tas kutskat moday ha chos mina madi dihtamog tamachigi sigadik ki kisti dihtamog kakidak koy igo sumigis pagoside mo chik igo motano chotaga katagosi ha premier otoche te pas kane imawak mani iti chik igo maya iginto tamachigo aya Montreal Lake ay kawi kita midi chigo mutas kihan ita naman tayo mas nahama our Treaty 6 adhesion to Treaty 6 igo otio si Lac La Ronge Indian Band bisitos kinan niya kanan ba widi ko sinis nanis pagosida mo igo tami na piego agi tomis ko negantastig tapos kita sigati Montreal Lake ochi igo ta misas kita kapamita igo kanan maski kusampo ko tahtos ko tiga pimamuinto magaya nistan na nas ko mo ay kimanto man no ido mistake ay inugo tat mistake ay midigo igo may nanok chagi siga kagi sipaya ni joche saskatu menatego bisi buhti aga wasag uskayag anbantay muhtajig lanceran bisi buhtajig saskatu ni joche James Smith Cree Nation tago siginte matut sansa ni man sweat lodge igo tagin tay pihtugiwag iginto ay mihatig Lac La Ronge Indian Band o chigos James Smith Cree Nation igay mihatig kita pimido muti ho chig tuwego tigi gisip ni gito ta nigintay wap magay si pihtichig uskayak igo inanas ko mo anistaya ato idigi midogisigag maga sasapi si bugotskaw iyo kwes mididih tamog ay Lac La Ronge Indian Band of Toskay agos James Smith Cree Nation goyo kana may nantong mat na igiskay tatagotawag ni team stay sa kaya naman the Lance Run igo kinisis wato giti mo chegmaga so kita mo takot kay busy suki demo chik mo sompando ako kumpando dogi sukat sichik. It's a real honor to be here on behalf of the Lac La Ronge Indian Band, and I want to thank Chief Joyce for the welcome to join you here in Molanosa. And I wanted to use our language because it's so important for us to use our language and to honor the language that's been left for us. And I wanted to explain the signing of the treaty, February 11, 1889. And I want to acknowledge our MLA, Dwell Vermette, that's here. Premier Scott Moe, thank you for being here today with us. Chief Bobby Cameron, Vice Chief Chris Job. Sorry, I don't, Inspector Stephen Bergerman, and MLA Jim Lemig from Athabasca region, Vice Chief David Pratt from FSIN, Chief Neetim, Dutch Lara from FSIN, Vice Chief, and Gerald, thank you for emceeing, and thank you to the veterans too, the Nashkumawag, for coming in on the grand entry, and the cooks. It was nice to have the cooks and the dancers and the drum iron swing. Thank you very much for the drumming for us, and to all of you for joining us. It's a very historic day here to join you in Molanosa. This morning I was in Saskatoon to start the Lance Run. We are hosting the First Nations Summer Games in La Ronge. The opening ceremonies will be on Sunday, so we want to welcome all of you. The Lance Run has started this morning from Saskatoon, so the youth from Lac La Ronge Indian Band, James Smith Cree Nation, they are carrying the sacred Lance Run, the sacred lance. And the lance, I'm so grateful that BHP did a video of late Howard Walker explaining the Lance Run and the significance and the sacredness of the Lance Run. So I was able to listen to that and to listen to his beautiful words. And you know, he was such a, he came from such a good heart. And he explained the Lance Run, that the Lance Run is so sacred that when you carry it, the animals will run alongside you, or the birds will follow you for a while. It's very spiritual. So the youth know that, and we have elders from Lac La Ronge that are with the youth, and we have elders from James Smith that are there to support the youth. So their goal is to get to rostering by today, and then they're hoping to be done within 6 days. Yeah, so there's rules to the lance. You can't look back when you're carrying it. You have to keep looking forward. You can't stop running, and you just have to keep going, because if somebody looks back, they have to stop there for the day. Pray for them that they have safe journeys. And today in Cree, I was explaining that the treaty was signed in Molanosa. I know that Chief Joyce was there, and there was a few of you that went to the sacred site where the treaty was signed, the north end of Montreal Lake. So in 1889, February 11, 1889 is when the treaty was signed. And our chief then, Chief James Roberts and his council came, and then they also had Chief William Charles and his council from Montreal Lake. And we signed the treaty. They prayed. They had an interpreter. The interpreter at that time was Archdeacon Mackay from the Anglican Church. And the Anglican Church had already built relationships with our nations and our members, and so they had that trust at that time. And when we signed treaties, it was for us to share the land and to share the wealth of the land. And but we know that there's a lot of reconciliation that has to be done, because there's a lot of colonial policies. There's racism that still exists in our province, in our communities. There's intergenerational trauma that has been experienced through the residential school system. So there's a lot of hurt and pain. There's mental health. There's addiction issues. There's so much pain in our communities. Yet we're resilient. Yet we still and we still have our language. We still can they're able to go hunting, fishing, trapping. We still have so much to build from and so much resilience. So those are things that we have to keep working on, and that's something that we have to keep working with the province and also with the federal governments and also our nation. So this is something that we have to continue to build on. And that's why we built the Woodland Wellness Center in La Ronge to help all not only our First Nations, Métis Nation, and also non-First Nation. It's a center for healing, and I know it's one of many to be in northern Saskatchewan. But with that, I want to and I'm looking forward to the meal. I know you always provide a good meal here. But thank you so much for this opportunity. I'm really honored to be here on behalf of the Lac La Ronge Indian Band and to be able to be here on behalf of our nations. And we want to wish you a wonderful Molanosa days. And Roger Bird forgot to say his name is Ungo. I go say thank you so much, Roger.
So, Chief, on behalf of the Montreal Cree Nation, our Molanosa Committee, Sports and Rec Board, we'd like to present you with a gift. So, thank you for your attendance here today. Hi, hi. I just want to briefly explain and remind ourselves, Molanosa, if you dissect the letters, Molanosa, late Senator Alan Bird always reminded us not to forget. One thing he always reminded me was treaty, Tipamatuin, and then the other one is the word Molanosa. If you take that apart, M-O is Montreal Lake. No, M-O is Montreal. Hang on, where's that? L-A is lake. N-O is northern. And SA is Saskatchewan, and that's Molanosa. So, and that's, he always reminded me of that. So, but again, for the young people, don't forget that, eh? So as you get older, when you start filling in some of the positions that we have up here, so I just want to remind you of that. So how important that is. So next, I'd like to call up. He's been here for just about every Molanosa days, our annual culture days, and. Very first time I met this young man was right here. He was walking up here, and he had I don't know how the hell he was able to get in and out of his truck, but he had a really high truck, a lifted truck, and he was campaigning that time. It was the first time he ran for a position of vice chief, and I'd like to call up Chief Bobby Cameron to the podium, please. Bobby, if you want to use that green mic right this way.
I was a Ford driver that time in 2011. I've now switched to a Dodge. Hey! And our Premier drives a Dodge truck, so he's making good decisions today. We want to thank God for a beautiful day in Askaman. Mamotawi mo natskagisagag. Egwa hitemno kia naskomten negagisumuan. We thank our elders for the prayers today and every day. Our veterans for being here. The drum group, beautiful songs, and all the dignitaries that are here. To the people of Montreal Lake, Cree Nation, and Little Red that are here. Caroline and Harry Helkett, to the right over there. I helped them peel potatoes this morning. And I said I got so good at peeling potatoes because my wife makes me do it. So I got really good at it. So I didn't mind doing cutting potatoes over there with them and having a good fish fry with them. Beautiful grounds here on Treaty 6 territory. Beautiful grounds. Traditional grounds. It's an honor, privilege to be a part of something significant today with your Chief Joyce and our Premier that is going to make an announcement. We want to acknowledge that important work. Some of the reconciliation and the partnership. But as Chief Tammy said, a lot of unfinished business. A lot of unfinished business for First Nation people. We're going to get there one day. The voices that we bring to the table, that's why you elect us. So we raise the concerns of NRTA. We raise the concerns of the Timber Bay recognition. One day, the Timber Bay is going to get recognized and compensated. It's long overdue, so I'm glad our Premier is here because he's listening, and I know they're well aware of the Timber Bay residential school issue. It's going to happen, friends and relatives. Again, it's just an honor to be here. Awesome food, the chief, the council, the people of Montreal Lake. I parked over there and I noticed right away blueberries. Blueberries, so I sat there for about maybe 20 minutes and I just stuffed my face with blueberries. They're really good. They're way better than the store-bought berries when they grow naturally. So again, on behalf of the FSIN and our vice chiefs that are here, Dutch Raw, David Pratt, Craig McCollum, who's on the Lance Run, and Ali Bear, come join us at the opening of the Summer Games on August 11th. Chief Tammy Cook and their community is hosting. Senator Nolan Henderson, I want to thank you again and acknowledge you for your award there last week. It was a pleasure to be part of it and see that with you. Eko se, luago magano tinigi.
Hey, thank you. Chief, don't leave yet, Bobby. Chief Cameron Ganascomitnan, on behalf of Montreal Lake Cree Nation, Molanosa Committee, would like to present you with a gift, and we want to thank you for your attendance here for this year's annual Molanosa Cultural Days. So Vice Chief Anderson is here to present, and along with Delia. So, Ganascomitnan. I know these two gentlemen said that Bobby will speak on our behalf, and I want to give him a couple of minutes to say a few words as well. So I'd like to call up Vice Chief Pratt to the podium, please. Chief Pratt.
Thanks, Raj. First of all, just want to say, Scott Tinawa, Wago Gamantik, David Pratt, Nasigosan, Muscapeting, Ochinya. I want to first of all acknowledge the elder that said the opening prayer this morning to start things off in a good way, our drum group and our dancers that were here. Acknowledge all the leadership that are here, Chief Joyce and all the council that are attending here today, as well as Senator Nolan, all the staff that worked so hard to make this another successful event. Molanosa is something we always look forward to, being a part of every year. And it's not just the visits and the camaraderie. We also get to enjoy the good food and the culture over the course of the next few days. Also want to acknowledge Premier Scott Moe for being here with us today too as well. Chief Bobby and Vice Chief Dutch, Vice Chief Job too from the Grand Council, and also Jim Lemeg. I got his name right. He's been called, we've been running into each other all over. He's been called Lajamadir. He's been called La Mercredi. I said, you just got to get up there and tell him, just call me Jim. Everywhere they go, they slaughter his name, but it's Jim Lemeg. But anyhow, it's good to see Jim here today. We've been running into him all over. I want to thank you, everybody, for the invitation and for us being here. As Chief Bobby said, we do a lot of good work along with the Montreal Lake leadership. And I want to acknowledge the good work that Montreal Lake's doing in terms of treatment and addiction services. We know that right now, and the Premier is well aware of this, as well as Jim and Doyle, there is a current epidemic we're dealing with crystal meth, opioids, and drug addiction within our region. And I'm very thankful for the good work that Montreal Lake does along the lines of treatment. It's a holistic treatment plan where they get the people out on the land and they get them healed and dealing with their issues. And I really believe that's the answer for our people, is getting them out on the land and getting them back reconnected to Mother Earth and getting out there. So acknowledge the leadership here and for the initiatives that you've shown, and not just the current leadership, but even the past leadership that started these great initiatives. And I commend you for that. Keep up the great work. And it's always good to come here, and we're going to do our best to work with you, Chief Joyce. And I know the Premier's here, so we might as well lobby him while we're here to get some beds. We need some of those beds there, Mr. Premier, for the treatment facility. I know Chief Joyce has a great plan there with their staff and with their elders, and we look forward to working with them on that facility and that expansion to get their people healed and get them in a good way. So with that today, let's have a good time, let's celebrate, and I'm very happy to be here. Aho, extremely good.
Vice Chief Brad, to stay on a stage here. So on behalf of Montreal Cree Nation, Chief and Council, leadership, our Sports and Rec Board would like to present you with a gift. Thank you for your attendance here at our annual Molanosa Cultural Days in Nascoma. Hi. Next, I'd like to call up Vice Chief for the Federation. I'd like to call up Vice Chief Dutch Laurel, please. And just to remind you folks, Dutch has been a family member of Montreal Cree Nation for quite a number of years. I think back to the 80s when he first started, when he first began his political career. Back in the 80s, and he was good friends with late Bobby Bird, and they were on the executive together. So I just want to remind people that, for the young people, Dutch comes to us as a family member of Montreal Cree Nation. So here's Vice Chief Laurel. Hi.
Thank Roger, and good afternoon to all of our respected elders, all of our veterans that are here, friends, family, relatives, ladies and gentlemen. I'm honored again to come home, to come and celebrate this wonderful cultural activity. This is home for us. And I acknowledge as well our leadership that are here, Chief Joyce and Chief Timmy and Chief Mo. I called him Chief Mo up in Mosquito one day. So that's his name. Acknowledge, of course, Mr. Premier, and of course the MLAs and everyone else that's here to come and assist. The Redcoats, very much part of our treaty making process. Welcome you here as well, and all the good things that you're doing, and with the booth over there to help as we move forward as First Nations with our own community safety programs. A lot of that is going to fall within a co-management system where the First Nations will be actively involved in your laws, your bylaw, your First Nations laws from Montreal Lake here for your Montreal Lake citizens. So I want to acknowledge as well these veterans over here, and it was the veterans like the late Alan Bird, our dad, that founded this organization back in '47 after they came back from the wars. And so they were our original treaty protectors. We do that now with the spirit and intent of treaty. What did our forefathers mean? What did the Munyao mean on the other side of the table? But what did our forefathers mean when they said, we want a medicine chest in every one of our reservations? Because they knew through ceremony that the white men were coming, and the white men were going to bring their challenges with their own healthcare issues. So they wanted to be prepared for that, and that's why they negotiated the medicine chest clause, a medicine chest on every First Nation. And what does that mean? Spirit and intent. We know what it means legally, but spirit and intent, that means treaty right to health care from cradle to grave. That is our right. That's why we signed treaty, our forefathers signed treaty. And we look to the present day governments and ask for that continued, and we are getting it, but we want to continue that treaty making process. I think it was Premier Wall once said, and he didn't have to convince us, that we are all treaty people here in the prairies in Saskatchewan. So having said that, wonderful to get back here, and all the visitors that are coming, everyone that's here that makes this celebration of our culture, our tradition, I want to thank you as well on behalf of your FSIN, and of course our Chief Bobby Cameron and Vice Chief Dave Pratt, Vice Chief Ali Bear, and Vice Chief Craig McCallum as well. Bring you well wishes over the course of the day. And I was going to say something about Fish Derby, but I won't. So have a great day, everyone. I will say hi. Thank you very much. Thank you, Roger.
Thank you, Vice Chief Larocque and Ashcommitton. On behalf of the leadership of Montreal Cree Nation, I'd like to present you the gift. And thank you for your attendance here at our annual Molanosa Cultural Gathering. Hi. So our next speaker I'm going to introduce and call up. It's the first time I believe that he's been to Molanosa, and I'm truly honored to introduce him as one of the co-MCs for this event here today. And I think he went for a boat ride, and Dean, Vice Chief Henderson was the operator of the boat, and they stalled out there. I think they had to repair the gas line or fuel line or something like that. So good job there, Dean. So I'm glad that you didn't lose our Premier in the waters there. So with that, I'd like to introduce to the podium Premier Scott Moe.
Thank you very much, and thank you very much for the invitation. And I'll speak a little bit about that and about conversations in general and the importance of conversations just in a moment. But I want to reiterate the acknowledgements first and foremost of Chief Joyce Naitauha McLeod. Thank you for the invitation to be here today. And thank you to Vice Chief Dean Henderson, Senator Nolan Henderson, that took us across to the signing site prior to this ceremony, and I just want to say a very special thank you to each of you. Chief Tammy Cook-Searson, thank you as well for being here today, as this very much is part of the history of your community as well, with the adhesion agreement that was signed at that very site 135 years ago this past February. Bobby Cameron, always good to see you. My friend and neighbor, Chief of the FSIN as well. We had Vice Chief Dutch Leroy and David Pratt that have joined us here today from PAGC. We have Vice Chief Chris Job as well, and of course our RCMP that are keeping each of our communities safe across this province day in, day out. Thank you for your substantial presence here today. And my colleagues in the legislature, Jim LeMaig and Doyle Vermette, both here today, and I want to thank both of them, not only for being here today, but for their leadership. As you know, Doyle and Jim sit on opposite sides of the House. I sit between them. And often it'll be reported that we don't agree on a lot, but I think some of what we'll discuss here today we'll find agreement on. And I think we can be very fortunate, or consider ourselves very fortunate, to live in a place in the world where we do, more often than not, find agreement as opposed to our differences. Just one last note of acknowledgement and thanks, and just an important one, is to our elders, and in particular to our veterans. I had the opportunity a few weeks ago to attend Muskeg Lake powwow, where there is a significant veteran presence at that particular powwow. I think we had the same drummer group, the Iron Swing drummer group from Sturgeon Lake was there as well. And so thank you to you and the dancers that were here. Back to the importance of conversation and discussion. And where that can lead you. And I hold in my hand a document that I will give to Chief Joyce Naitauha McLeod here at the conclusion of my comments. But really it's a document that is a commitment to some additional work that we're going to do as the province. Unfortunately, probably some additional work for the leadership locally here as well, not just in this community, but surrounding communities. But I think additional work that is important. To just that conversation around reconciliation and moving forward, in particular to the grounds that we find ourselves on here today. And so this past June, Jim and I and others had found ourselves in a conversation at Montreal Lake Cree Nation with the Chief and Council, as well as some other community leaders there. And there was much that was discussed as well from Little Red as well. But one of the things that stuck with me as I left that meeting was the passion of which Chief Joyce had spoken about the Molanosa site. I had heard the word Molanosa previous to that. I did not know what it stood for, each of the two initials, but I had heard the word, but I hadn't honestly paid a lot of attention to it. And so I was educated that day on not only what Molanosa was, the signing of that adhesion agreement back in 1889, 135 years ago, really an addendum to Treaty 6, which was signed a couple of decades previous to that. But I was also educated with respect to what that meant to this community and what it meant to surrounding communities, and what this Molanosa Cultural Days and the Molanosa site, the reasoning behind why it should be rightfully returned to the community. And so in my hand is a declaration from the government of Saskatchewan. And what it is a commitment to the community to work alongside with you through the process that is there to return this property back to the community and to the people of Montreal Lake because of its importance and cultural importance and significant cultural meaning to this community and the people. And that will take a bit of time, not a lot of time, but a bit of time. And in the meantime, in this declaration as well, is a commitment from the government of Saskatchewan to ensure that in the meantime, that you utilize this property as if it was yours. And so, Chief Nataho, I would like to give you this declaration on behalf of the government of Saskatchewan. And I'd like to give it to you as the Chief of Montreal Lake Cree Nation, and I hope you'd accept it on behalf of the people that you represent.
Thank you so much, Premier. Premier Scott, thank you so much. Back in, when we first started gathering with our Molanosa days, it was former Chief Roy Bird back then, and he's the one that helped us start these Molanosa days, Molanosa cultural gatherings. So, Premier Mo, we're going to present you with a gift here, and we have a different blanket. We're going to give you an orange blanket, but I think I don't think it's fitting at this time because those are your colors right there. So we wanted to. Yeah, that's the colors. Premier Mo, down to the stairs there, please, and accept. On behalf of the Montreal Lake Cree Nation Chief and Council, I want to present you with a gift. We definitely want to thank you for your attendance here today. So, and that's a gift on behalf of the Nation of Montreal Lake Cree Nation. Hi, hi. Let's give a round of applause, folks. Premier Scott, hey, hey. I'm gonna take a little bit of a shortcut here, guys. I was gonna ask Inspector to speak next, but I'm gonna ask because honestly, our MLA Doyle Vermette has to go. He has to MC a wedding today, and he's got time. He's on a time crunch right now. So I'm gonna ask our MLA and sorry, Mr. Bergerman, for this, but I want to ask Doyle to come on up and say a few words. So Doyle, to the podium, please. You can use that, no matter, whichever one.
Check 1, 2, 3. Oh, you can hear me. Yeah. There you go. I just want to acknowledge our elders for the prayers, our veteran, the drum group. I want to acknowledge the veterans that are here, the leadership. I'm not going to go through everyone, It'll take too long. My message is very clear, and I hope it comes from my heart. We have something, as a Métis person, I'm very proud. As your MLA, I've served for 16 years, plus years. This will be my last address as your MLA for Molanosa gatherings. I've come here many, many years, and it's always been treated like family, respected. And the one thing I'll never forget, Judy, is that I learned how to call bingo with her. Well, as part of the fun part of it, it's important. These gatherings are important to share our culture. I'm proud. I got my grandson here, Austin Vermette, who's a part of Montreal Lake Cree Nation with other my grandchildren, some of my chapans. It is an honor. And I say this, you know, we have to share what we have. And our northern people, we've done that. Our Indigenous people, we know we do that. Today, as you guys seen, there's been some recognition of the land, and that's important. There's much more to do, but we thank those that have committed to this now. So I will say that. Thank you, Premier Scott Moe. In the future, our chapans, it's so important, the language, the culture, and I thank the elders for continuing to share that. It's so important. We're losing many of our elders too, so it's important that they pass on the knowledge they have, and I just want to thank them. Everyone that's here today, the leadership, it is amazing to see. We can work together, and we can. I'm leaving, and I know that. You can, as a people, as Indigenous people, we are strong. We can hold governments accountable to work together in a meaningful way, and I mean that with respect. I mean that with respect. So I want to thank everyone for coming, the Premier and his MLA that's here. I just want to thank them as well. And again, I don't think I have much more to say. As I said, my grandson was here, and I asked him, I said, take a few pictures. You'll be a paparazzi for a little bit. But on a serious note, I hope you guys enjoy the many days you share together. I wish you nothing but the best. I ask Creator to guide you and protect you and let you celebrate what you're, you know, the celebrations you're having, the laughter. Remember, use the laughter. It's so important. You know, we have many challenges, many hurdles, and I know I've always worked and I'll advocate for mental health and addictions and the crisis going on in our territory. But I just say to you, let's work together, let's respect one another, and let's make sure our next generation is the important one that we take care of. Tinigi, thank you everyone, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Vermette. If we can please make your way to the front there. This is the this is the last time that Doyle Vermette is going to be here as an MLA. So he'll be here as Doyle Vermette next Molanosa Day. So, but as an MLA, this is his last event as an MLA. So, yeah. I'm going to ask Premier Moe to say a few words as well. So,
I would just take a minute. Party politics aside, of which you read about in the newspaper and see on the news from time to time, just to say on behalf of the government proper, a very huge thank you to Doyle Vermette for representing the communities across Cumberland for 16 years, including this community. He has represented your interests well. He has been, for us, a formidable adversary in the legislature, in the party politics that we experience, but I've also always had a sincere amount and a tremendous amount of respect for what Doyle brings to that legislature on behalf of the constituents that he serves, and you can be so very proud in this community for the work that he has done. And so thank you, Doyle, on behalf of the government.
on behalf of the RCMP, so Steve.
Thank you. Elders, chiefs, council, ladies and gentlemen. Tanse, good afternoon. I'm Steve Bergman. I'm your North District Operations Officer for the RCMP. I would like to begin by recognizing that the land on which we are gathered here today, Treaty 6 territory, the traditional territory of the Woodland Cree people and the homeland of the Métis. On behalf of the Saskatchewan RCMP, I would like to offer my respect to the First Nation and Métis peoples of this land and to reaffirm our relationship with one another. I would like to also thank the elder for the prayer. As the RCMP, our priorities are public safety, and working in collaboration with our Indigenous leaders and community members is key. We continue to build on positive relationships and tackle crime within our First Nations. We recognize the importance of reconciliation and working together. Being an Indigenous police officer myself, I made it my responsibility to protect our people and our communities to the best of my ability. As a community, I know you do the same. It is very important for the RCMP to have Indigenous representation within the ranks, specifically in policing our First Nations. We continue to recruit and are asking for your help to promote the RCMP within your communities. Encourage your community members who are interested in this incredible career to make that step and apply. Thank you all for inviting us with such a warm welcome to celebrate Molanosa Cultural Days with you, and we are honored to be here. Like I say.
Mr. Bergerman, if I can ask you to make your way down the stairway there, please. Present you with a gift on behalf of the leadership of Montreal Cree Nation. They'd like to present you with a gift and thank you for your attendance here at our annual Molanosa Cultural Days. I also want to introduce a young lady by the name of Chelsea Natauhal, and she's the one that kind of helped put our RCMP booths together. So Chelsea, come on up here. Chelsea, come on, wave at the crowd here. So acknowledge the crowd. So that's Chelsea Natauhal. Hey, hi. Please change your last name, by the way. You know, I didn't do this on purpose, but I kind of forgot one important individual to. He was supposed to speak after Chief Cook Searson, and today he's here on behalf of the Prince Albert Grand Council, and I want to apologize to him. So, and I was visiting him over lunch here, so I want to introduce and call him up to the podium, Mike. I'd like to call up Vice Chief Chris Joe, please. Chris.
This lag, you did it on purpose because they know I talk long. They're asking me why you're late today, they told me. Well, of course I have to be late. I have to watch all the Fords, all the Dodges, make sure they came here on time. I had to with my Chevy. There you go. First and foremost, I'd like to thank our God, our Creator, for giving us this opportunity again. It's beautiful Molanosa. You know, my grandfather, my grandparents used to tell me about Molanosa when they used to come here. Back in the day. Back in the day, those stories, you know, I'll keep to myself, man. You know, my grandfather, when they came here, two of them, both of them ended up in a drunk tank in PA. Because that's where they were staying, because they were wandering around the city. He couldn't read and write. So the cops, the best thing that they can do, they took them to the, and the coordinator that was looking after them went and found them there, which was good. So anyways, I just want to say thank you for giving me the opportunity on behalf of Prince Albert Grand Council. Grand Chief is up north right now at the time with Athabasca region, and also other Vice Chief as well. So we try to spread ourselves as much as we can. Unfortunately, it was a little late today getting calls because I just lost my auntie here 11 o'clock yesterday, and a lot of stuff. Another young person just suicide in one of our communities. So those hit hard when you, as a leader, when you hear that. And I just want to say thank you for. I love coming here. I've been coming here for a while now. You know, the food is always great. The people are always great. The leadership. I'm happy when I see them. They're engaging with their communities when there's celebration. And also when in time of mourning, they're there. And that's what we need to, as a leader. You need to be there to celebrate and also the time in mourning. But in these kind of celebrations, you know, we need to keep celebrating our treaties. Like I always say, I'm part Swampy, I'm part Rock Cree. Originally from Cumberland House, and my grandfather's originally from South End area, Rock Cree. With that, I'll acknowledge everybody that's here today. It was a a really good moment for Montreal Lake and the region, getting the piece of land that they need to remember our ancestors, and rightfully for theirs. And I thank the Sask Party for doing so. And I think long overdue that we need to start working together. That's what I'm hearing on the stage, because all of us, you see those little ones, you know, the way I look at life, we are the future ancestors, and we have to live accordingly. You know, everything we do, we have to be that prime example. If we have to be, you know, let's be that hope, rekindle that hope, like Chief Red Cloud had said. So anyways, with that, God bless you. Hey, hey.
Thank you, Vice Chief. So can have you walk down the stairway there, and we want to present you the gift on behalf of the nation of Montreal Lake and the leadership of Montreal Lake Cree Nation. We want to present you the gift and thank you for your attendance here today in Ascoman. Hi, hi. Next speaker I'd like to call up is also a member of Legislative Assembly, the Athabasca region, Jim Lemay. I hope I said it right.
Mercy doing Jayatino Nes I Hano Huntania. Doing that is Hilsiu or Kesolinisi Henisi, don't Ubeker Isnisi. I athletic delu Janant U, but then a new, then a got the clamboard in La Jan. Ayibaba Hotila, no nida Antinatit, don't oo, then you have Tinel Tioli, doing in Chartil Sila Dunzinica. A as is a mercy on a Sanodan at Danny Janine daily Antinaviu, then a cold deo, than what another Elia, tease at the Emerson on a Stanza. Thank you for this invitation and for me to join this celebration. I got to go see your culture camp across the lake, and also got to see where the treaty was signed. And how fitting it is that we bring our young people to the cultural camp near our resting place of our ancestors and also where our treaty was signed. It's exactly that type of education that will bring hope to the future, but also the foundation that has been set for us is a reminder of how far we've come and how far we've got yet to go. This is a proud moment for me to be here today with the declaration that's been presented to your First Nation. I was part of that meeting that the Premier talked about, and it was from there that we started the discussion with what you see here today. And my goodness, when we think about where we've been, and when we think about how much we've lost, when there are efforts that are being taken by all parties involved of how we're going to reconcile. Truth is important, but how we reconcile and how our future looks is just as important. And today is a proud, proud day for your nation as we step forward in reconciling and what that looks like. And this is exactly some of the things that some of us are working towards. And it has been tremendously grateful for me to be a part of. Thank you to the drummers, to the dancers, to the elders, all partners that are here today, from the RCMP to dignitaries to leadership. This is an important day of celebration, and I wish you luck the rest of the week as we continue to enjoy each other's company, family, as a nation. Thank you.
Thank you so much. On behalf of the leadership of Montreal Lake Cree Nation, Mr. Lemay, I'd like to ask you to make your way down there as soon as they're done shaking hands, and we'll present you with a gift. So, and thank you for your attendance at our annual Molanosa Cultural Gathering. Hi, hi. Folks, don't go anywhere. We've got one more speaker, and after that, we're going to do a short presentation. So I'd like to call up former Grand Chief of the Veterans Association. I'd like to call up Stephen Ross, please. Stephen.
Got to bring this down. I'm a little short. Just kidding. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's good to be here. It's good to be here with you one more time. Every year, we're gathered here to celebrate our treaties that were signed by our elders. And history tells us that we have to work hard, continue working, always continue working for that young people that are, see some kids running around here? Those are the ones, those are the people that we have to continue working. They're worth a lot more than me, than I am, than us elders. They have a long road ahead of them, a long journey. We've got to guide them, we've got to protect them, we've got to look after them. Tomorrow, they'll be standing here. They'll be standing here. Hopefully, they're better than me. And that doesn't take very much, but that's what I'm looking forward to anyway. And nanaskamaw, mamaw tayo, no. Ato, dagi, tam kakita, we go take the taxi. Ikaw, gipin matini. Kumanti ako, asaw, chi, that taxi, go. Ugumaka, go, Chilarons, Chief Cook, Ugumaka, no, Uta. Chief Joyce, our pride and joy. Vice Chief Lara, Vice Chief Pratt, and all the guests that are here today. It's good to have people like the police here standing around there to keep an eye on you so they know who you are. But they're guests. They're guests. We have to look after them as well and welcome them. And ask them, stay and ask them, how, hey.
Thank you, Mr. Ross. Stephen, we want to ask you to make your way down there. Well, one more speaker, sorry. Yeah. On behalf of the leadership of Montreal Cree Nation, Mr. Ross would like to present you with a gift. And thank you for your attendance here today at our annual Molanosa Cultural Gathering. I said he was the last speaker, and I forgot one individual. It's important. I'd like to call up Senator Nolan Henderson to the podium, please. Senator Nolan, if you can make your way up here, please. For those of you that don't know, to the young people, Nolan served our community for many years. He was a council member, he was an RCMP member, and also chief of our nation for a number of years. So Nolan was also one of my mentors growing up. I was a young politician at that time, and Nolan was our chief when I served as a council member many years ago. So I'd like to call up Senator Nolan Henderson.
Ekseitenigi, Yewisket now, Motagapi, Wapaki Gistawao, Ayak, Kawi, Uta, Ipi Medigo Yaguma Askiga. I just like to say in English that I thank everyone for being able to be here with us to witness this land that our elders, our people have been talking about, that the wish is to have it returned to us, as happened today. Premier, this is probably, in all the recent years that I can remember, this has been the best year. And I thank you for that, and this coming back. As we talked about our treaty, the signing of the treaty back in 1889, kitiak manaka kipi atmostago ako. Ito ko kipi pagusi mo ako magistano that there was wishes of our First Nations in this area. We were missed at the treaty signing initially. this was 13 years before this event took place here in 1889. Our elders said that we were missed because we were too far back in the bush. Usamo ados sa gagigipi wigya. Ego si gigipi patagay mi gawin na no. Kista no mo ti so apatamak. Ego inoti nanas ko mag kichi oke mao tagapi tutit anoch. Tandas ko mayak kawi igiwin na magwag o maskigan. I am saying in Cree that I am so happy that the Premier, the leader of this province, has come here to make this announcement today. Ego, uti ati sinigan, dati se midawiti tuak minanawats. As we look into our future, that we look forward to good relationships with all governments, all leaders, that they come here and visit us like Premier Mo has and some of his people. I'd like to also thank the police of what we are going to be going through in terms of seeking the protection that we need and we want. At the same time, we have to also think about ourselves, our people, and what our experiences have been. 2015 was kind of a tough year for us because of the introductions. The introduction to crystal meth and other things that when we got moved temporarily from Montreal Lake to the cities, to all the different communities down south, came back with them was the whole thing that has started on a kind of a negative note for us. But it's kind of caught us. It's kind of caught us in a way that we need to rebound. We have to rebound from this. So, to all the visitors, yawas kinotinas kumitnao ota kapinto tawiaga notes, and to everyone hoki o yawas yawa gidawagit tago matikinotinas kumitnan omota biwa patami kistawa. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your words there, Senator Nashkamitten. So on behalf of the leadership of Montreal Cree Nation, we'd like to present you with a gift. Nashkamitten. Folks, thank you for bearing with us this afternoon. And I want to thank our guest today, our guest, Premier Mo. Thank you for your attendance here today. It sure means a lot to our people, to our leaders, and to the nation of Montreal Cree Nation, along with our neighbors from the north, Lac La Ronge Indian Band. So I want to thank you for your attendance here today. And to our Chief of Federation, Bobby, thank you again, once again, for your visit. To Vice Chief Laurent and Vice Chief Pratt, thank you for your attendance here today. To Inspector Bergerman, thank you for your attendance. And I know you have a whole colleague of workers with you as well. Our MLA, Mr. Lemay, thank you for your attendance. And to our MLA, Doyle Vermette. And to our Vice Chief, Chris Job, thank you for your attendance here today. And of course, to the rest of our leaders of Montreal Cree Nation, we have Vice Chief Henderson here, Councillor Troy Nadahow, Councillor Carol Nadahow, Councillor Elissa Halkett, Councillor Charmaine Ermine, I'm not sure if she's here. Our urban representatives, we have Councillor Eldon Henderson and Councillor Jeff Badger, our urban representatives. Thank you for your attendance here today. Our CEO, Gary CEO of Montreal Business Ventures, Gary Daniels. I saw him earlier. He brought delivered coffee. So thank you, Gary, for your attendance. And to the rest of you, thank you for being patient with us. So what we're going to do right now, Gerald, if you can explain what we're going to do right now. Do you have the microphone? Oh, I'm surprised Gerald doesn't have his microphone, you guys. Look at that.
All right, at this time, we're going to follow proper protocol in regards to honoring our leaders, our Premier of Saskatchewan, the Honorable Scott Moe. So at this time, Iron Swing, let's give him that appropriate song, and we will have everyone come up and shake their hands and give them lots of love. Hi, hi. Aho, Iron Swing.
Make a line, guys, make a straight line.
Yeah, straight line, guys, straight line.
Folks, kindas komitnan, utay piwi, tutamagig. Igo iwano magiwachi, makagiwachi mana nago niganyo. With our Premier Mo, our Chiefs, Chief Joyce McLeod, Chief Tammy Searson, Vice Chief Job, MLA LeMay, Chief Bobby Cameron, Vice Chief Lara, Senator Nolan, Vice Chief Brad, and Inspector Bergerman. Thank you for your attendance here today. That's our dignitaries, Naskumon. Folks, we ask you to come on up and shake hands and acknowledge all our dignitaries here. Hi, hi, and our leaders. just want to acknowledge one of the booths out there. They've been here. This is their fourth year. Chelsea reminded me, Bonnie and her crew from North Sask Victim Services. I want to thank Bonnie and the crew for, this is their fourth year here. So thank you so much, Bonnie, and I apologize I didn't properly introduce you earlier. So thank you so much. Thank you for your attendance here.
All right, it's powwow time here in Molanosa. We got a special gift for you guys here from our couple of our community girls. Jingle Just dancers, if you're here, come on to the middle. It's time for you to shine. We're gonna do 2 and 2, all right? Be back later on this evening to take over the poker table and get to play with the elders. And that's probably the only time where it's okay to, you know, do some elder abuse and take their money at the poker table. Hey, yeah, that's always a good time here in Montreal Lake. Again, once again here, the Premier and all the MLAs, Doyle, it's always good to see you guys come out and visit us. We'd like for you to always do that as much as you can. 2 and 2, boys, yeah. That's how we build our relationships between the, you know, the non-urban and the First Nations. It's always good to do it that way. You know, we build a brotherhood and a sisterhood to move forward in a good way for all our people within Turtle Island. And by doing so, those relationships for our future of our children and our grandchildren become a much better place to live. But also a reminder of our past history must never be forgotten within our First Nations people, and that it shall never be repeated. And with the help of our MLAs today, you know, they see, they understand, and that they too will work hard to make sure that does not ever happen again. It's always important to acknowledge that in a good, healthy way and move forward in a healthy way. And that's just what we do here in Indian country.
Okay, I'm going to ask Chief here to give me a hand here. Nolan, if you don't mind. Folks, if you can please stand up, please. Please stand up. There's a couple individuals I want to acknowledge. They're no longer with us. They're in the spirit world. Both former leaders of Montreal Lake Cree Nation for many, many years. I want to have a moment of silence for our supposed to be current councillor, Arnold Nadahow. So I want to think of Arnold and his family today. And of course, with Shirley Henderson as well, who we lost just about a year ago. And They were part of Molanosa for a year. Shirley was one of the key organizers for Molanosa, and also she was one of my mentors as well. So I worked with Shirley each and every year, and you know, Eldon's late mom used to call him Wanstagas, and Shirley used to say that to me, Wanstagas too. So we'll have a moment of silence, please, in honor of Shirley and in honor of Arnold. Say, spar heads. Hi, hi. Hi, hi. Chief, you want to say a couple words? I'm going to ask Chief to say a few words. Hi, hi.
Today is a very historic day. Our former leaders. To try and get Molanosa and our Molanosa back into a reserve. Let us not forget about those people. They're our former leaders. And I want to thank the Premier Scott Moe for making this for having for this declaration. So we're so close. We're so close to achieving our the vision that Roy Bird had, Alan Bird, Gilbert, and all those past leaders. Let's always keep those in mind. No matter what we do in this, as leaders and your council, no matter what we do, we never do it for ourselves. We always do it for the community and also for the families and also for the former leaders. This is a very historic day. To the dignitaries, thank you, Chief Tammy, for being with me. I'm going to say hi.
Thank you very much, Chief. Good job. Oh, yes. All right, dancers, let's get you girls on the floor here. Iron Swing, let's give them 2 starts, straight song, and then the second song will be Sidestep. These are our jingle dress medicine dancers here at Montreal Lake. Give these 2 girls a round of applause there, ladies and gentlemen. First song here, straight song. Thank you, girls. Thank you, Iron Swing. Always good to have you guys come around. This drum here has been working hard for the past couple of years. Actually, they've been working hard for many, many years. As long as I can remember as a kid also, with Micah and his brothers. And their dad sits there today. And it was their dad, when we were kids, would go over. They would be practicing, and I'd go there and visit. And today, the grandsons are also sitting at that drum as well. Oh, yes. they've been around a long time, and they've been doing very well, both in the United States as well as here up in Canada. I'm placing first among places, second, third. Wherever they go, they do their best to represent the community of Sturgeon Lake, but as well as their relatives here up in Montreal Lake. So at this time, second song, Sidestep. Iron Swing, make them dance. Yeah. All right, dignitaries, listen up. We got food for you. Just go on there, and we got plates. Go and eat. That's always a good part of that. Again, I want to thank Iron Swing for coming on up. Let's give the drummer a round of applause. Thank you very much, Boy Suck. You guys always do a good job. Wherever you go, and we always try to acknowledge and respect them the best way that they can. These guys, you know, when I call them up, I want you guys to, I want to make it very clear with Iron Swing. When I call up Mark, Micah, when I say, I need some help, boys, come on up. It is proper among that drum that they are all sober, but very honorable at the same time. And I want to tell a story about these guys. They don't ever ask how much money they're going to get paid. They never ask. And I've asked them many, many times. I have a very good relationships with my brothers. And now they ask, you know what, tobacco first, you guys, whatever you can. There were many drums in the past that I've invited over to our celebrations. And sadly, those drums, the first thing they ask, how much money are you paying us? That is not the proper way. That is not our First Nations way. This drum holds a lot of honor. They hold a lot of respect, not only for themselves, but for the people that are out there. They will drop whatever they're doing and come and help. We always try to figure it out what we have. And I want to thank the Iron Drum Singers for holding that honor system, for always trying to come and help wherever they go, for the smallest event as well for the biggest event. Again, let's give Iron Swing a round of applause. Hi. Thank you, singers. All right, I'm going to hand the mic over to Roger Engelbird. I got to head off to Laurent here. I'll be back later on this evening. I thank you all, and I hope you enjoyed this afternoon opening celebration. Hi.
Hey folks, let's give Gerald Ballantyne a round of applause there. Hi. Thank you for your help there, Gerald. Let's commit now. And try not to fall and stumble and fall. We're gonna do something else here. I need some names from Brent. honoring some of our coaches. We have names, are they ready? Are you ready? You're not ready? Okay. We've got some events happening. Hang on, I got my paper here. We want to start with some of the events. Co-ed doubles horseshoe tournament, is that started already? Co-ed doubles horseshoe tournament. Youth activities, youth canoe races. This evening's entertainment, they text me this morning, they're on their way here, 5-hour trip for them. Family from Cumberland House, Carrier family, they'll be our entertainment this evening. I think it's a 7-piece band, so they're gonna come out here and keep us entertained this evening. So tomorrow morning, breakfast 8 to 10, men's doubles horseshoe tournament, youth activities, lunchtime at 12. Archery shoot tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Ladies canoe challenge, men's canoe challenge, co-ed relay race, youth talent show, supper. Tuesday's entertainment for the evening will be Derek Maurice and North Wind. We have a couple bands tomorrow evening. Shirley Ann Nadahow to the horseshoe pit, please. Shirley Ann Nadahow to the horseshoe pit. Victor Bird Sr. and Reva Bird to the horseshoe pit, please. CMAC. All right. Microphone's on. Okay. Chair.
Okay, we're going to start with youth canoe races. We need youth signing up here with Judy. We got U17 boys and girls, U15 boys and girls, U13 boys and girls, and U11 boys and girls. And there's cash prize money, $110 first place, $80 for second, and $60 for third. And we're gonna get them started as soon as we get enough participants. Huh? 50-50 draw is climbing. It's at $260 right now. They're gonna make the draw at half an hour's time. 4:30. They're gonna make the draw, so come and make the pot higher, buy some more 50-50s. We're gonna do a few draws right now. Must be here to win. 4 draws. Here we go.